What's up YouTube, my name is Sarah. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to another video. Today's video I wanted to share with you how I was able to go from having a low COMSAE scores to passing COMLEX level 1. And when I mean low COMSAE scores, you're going to be mind blown when you find out what I was scoring and just the journey I had. And hopefully this will inspire you, because if I can do it, then you can do it too. And so let's begin. My first COMSAE we took this is right when second year ended, was May 16th. I mean, prior to this COMSAE, school had us do this few-week Kaplan course, and this is COMSAE 107B. Now, walking out of this COMSAE, my score was a 290. And I was talking to my friends, and this was probably one of the lowest scores I've heard from any of my peers. And I even had someone who I told I got a 290. She literally looked at me, she goes, "What's wrong with you?" And I was like, and I just didn't say anything. But at this point, even though I scored 290, I was so optimistic. I was like, you know what, it is what it is. I haven't even started my dedicated yet. I know that once I lock in, I'll bring my score up. And at this point, I still had the goal of also taking step. So I was like, you know what, I gotta grind. So I started doing U-World and first aid. Every day I was doing a lot of U-World questions using first aid, and I would just read the chapters from the first aid, so like cardio chapter, and then do cardio U-World questions, and also mix it in with random blocks of questions. And I got through about 60% of U-World during this time. I was doing 8-hour days. So now I came to take my COMSAE again. This is July 2nd. Take another COMSAE. This is 110B. Now, prior to taking this COMSAE, I had actually signed up for STEP already, because I was like, you know what, surely I've been working so hard. I know that I feel like I improved. My scores on U-World trending in the right direction. They were low, but I'm delusional optimist. I'm like, I can pull this off. And again, anyways, take COMSAE 110B on July 2nd, and I got a 290 again. Now, at this point, I knew I was in trouble. I was like, okay, this is serious. I was like, okay, I have to drop step, and I need to figure this COMLEX out. I need help. So I go to my school, go to an advisor. I'm like, listen, I got 290 again. What should I do? And they told me what I needed. The secret sauce was the BBC, the Boards Bootcamp Prep Course. And this prep course was, you can pick how many hour days you want to do. I enrolled in the prep course. I picked the 8-hour days, and it's 360 hours total. So the 8-hour days, and I started grinding right now. Because I enrolled in a prep course, it meant that I had to delay my first rotation in order to just have a chance to complete it. So I was like, you know what, it's necessary. I have to do this. And I delayed my first rotation. I started to keep, following the steps, 8-hour days. Now some days I'm not hitting my 8 hours. I'm kind of feeling burnt out. But again, anyways, now I had only gone through like half of this prep course, and I was like, well, I just want to get this exam over with. I just want to take it and move on to rotations. I've been wanting to start being in hospital for such a long time. I just want to get it over with. So take COMSAE 111B on August 17th with the anticipation that I will take COMLEX the following week. Now our school requires we hit a minimum of 450, and we're required to take COMSAE within 6 to 10 days of actually sitting for COMLEX. This time around, I hit a 377 on 111B, and I was honestly devastated. I was like, how am I been working so hard, and I'm still not even at a 400 yet? And this meant also that I had to delay another rotation. So now honestly, this is probably where I felt the lowest. I had doubt in mind, and I was stressed. My anxiety shot through the roof. But the school was like, you had to push another rotation. It's okay. They're like, you're only done halfway through the prep course. Follow through and keep going, right? At least finish the course, and then you can take COMLEX. So I make progress, and on September 4th, I take another COMSAE 112B. And this one I get 349. So this is actually, I'm taking 377, I got 349, so I went down, and now I was like, what? That means I have to push another rotation, and reached out to my school. I was like, let me get another chance. So let me take another exam somehow. They're like, all right, you can take the board's bootcamp assessment. If you get a 400, then you can go ahead and take the exam. If not, you can push in a rotation and spend more time studying. Took the board's bootcamp assessment 2 days later, and I got a 375. At this point, I was like, you know what, the school gave me a chance. I still haven't hit it. And the board's bootcamp, based on assessment, they said I needed to enter a remediation program, which is just that they would add another 12 to it. It was like 12 to 14 days on top of what I already had. So at this point, I had like 10 days left in my course. They added another 10 to 12 days. On top of that, they're like, you need to delay your exam. So my new exam date was October 10th, and October 3rd, I took COMSAE 107B. This is my second time taking 107B. And I got a 516. No, 516 was a huge improvement from where I started. Now this was a little bit inflated because this was my second time taking this COMSAE, and I might or might not have looked up a few questions. But regardless, I knew that even I was above 400 for sure, and I was ready to take the COMLEX. So I took it, and you know, I passed, and that's why I wanted to share this video, make this video and share that if I can pass, so can you. And this was definitely a tough journey, and it turned out to be a lot harder than I expected. It took a lot more than I expected. But at the end of the day, I was able to make it happen. And if you're in a similar position, you can make it happen too. And just wanted to know you're not alone with what you're feeling when you're going through this process, because my anxiety, and I felt I probably had some of the darkest days that I had in a long time during this process. And there were nights where I had chest tightness. With my anxiety, I had this fear that I was going to pass out at times. And there were days where I actually cried. I left the library, I was driving around, and tears would be rolling down my eyes. And it took a lot. And what kept me going was just reminding myself that, one, no matter what I'm going through, there's someone out there who has it worse than I do. There are people out there who are starving, who don't have food, who someone might have just been diagnosed with cancer, they don't have much time left to live. There's someone out there who's going through it worse than I am. And I'm just stressed about an exam, right? And at the end of the day, this exam does not define me. And just because it took me extra time does not mean that I won't overcome it. And I just keep reminding myself that. And second thing I did was I started turning off my phone and kind of just started focusing on my inner journey of being in the present moment. I started journaling again. I would go for walks at the park. I would meditate, and just to remind myself that all I have is the present moment. All I have is this 1 hour of the moment to do the best I can, and to take it easy on myself and not be so hard that why I'm not where I need to be right now, and just to know that I will get there. And everything that's happening right now is for the best. I need this extra time to really make sure my foundation is right, so I can be better prepared for level 2, to make sure so I can be better prepared for my rotation, and to know that it's okay, that it will happen. I'll be ready when the time is right. I know I want it right now, but when the timing is right, it will happen. And that's exactly, that was exactly what was supposed to happen, and that was just what my sport journey was supposed to be. And looking back, I'm grateful that I went through all this in terms of just learning valuable life lessons that, I've had this go, it doesn't always go the way you want it to go. And sometimes you have to take a route that's harder than you expected, that's different than you expected, but the destination is the same. You still arrive at the same destination, but the route, the journey, the steps to get there may be more or different than others, and that's okay. You can't compare yourself to other people. You can only focus on your journey. You can only look at where you started and where you ended. And look at your progress. Every day you're working hard, you're doing the best you can, and that in itself is achievement. And you will pass this exam. If you're watching this and you're in a similar boat as I was, I want you to know that you will get through this. And promise you it will. And once it's been passed, you've gotten over this, you will feel this relief and level of gratitude for everything you went through. And it will just be part of your journey that one day you will look back in your life, and these moments of being in the trenches where you actually grew the most as a human being. And this kind of relates to, I ask God for strength all the time, and I think sometimes God makes me go through these moments, through this journey, because of what I asked for. He's preparing me for the life. This is an exam, but this is preparing for what's to come. Life is hard, and there's going to be suffering, there's going to be setbacks, and this is all preparing me for those in the future. It's all preparing me to be the best version of myself. And that's something I try to remind myself, and I just wanted to share it with you guys. Now, I went off a lot of tangents in the videos, just fucking random things, but I hope that you found some value, and you got this. You're not alone. Everybody ahead of you, there are a lot of people who made it, who overcame this exam, and just like they were able to overcome this exam, you will overcome this exam too, and you will become a great doctor. I believe in you, and you can do this.